All right, good morning. I accidentally messed up the time on the live stream. It's supposed to be 7 a.m., not 7 p.m. So hopefully some people are still tuning in to our daily 30-day challenge broadcast. Today we're talking about willpower and if it alone can get you where you need to go. So let's get to it. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully, you guys actually showed up today for the 7 a.m. broadcast. Unfortunately, I put it at 7 p.m., not 7 a.m., so I had to change a little bit. But we're doing this every day at 7 p.m., 7 a.m., not p.m., Pacific time. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about willpower and if you actually is it all you need or is there something more happening? Let's get to the video. All right, good morning. Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about willpower and if that's all you actually need to, quit drinking today. Willpower is one of those things that we think we can just power through with willpower. We think that, that we're going to make it. That's all we need is willpower. Just power through the cravings, power through all this, and that it's going to be fine. But there's a little bit more going on to that with willpower. So let's check it out. I'm just going to share my screen here with you guys. All right, so we are on day number 6 of the Dare to Be Sober challenge. So we're on day number 6, and will willpower work alone? So let's check that out here. Okay, so just a medical warning just before we begin. I like to start all these videos now with this. If you cannot go more than 1 to 2 hours without a drink, it can be dangerous and you need to seek medical help. You can have seizures, you can have severe withdrawal syndromes, you can get the DTs, which is delirium tremens, I do believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. There's all sorts of things that can happen. So if you cannot go 1 to 2 hours without a drink, please seek medical attention. But if that's not you, let's continue on. All right. So we all try to power through with willpower. And has this ever been you? You have a long day, you want to have a drink, and you swore you wouldn't do it, but here you are trying to power through, and then you give in and take that drink. I definitely know that before I actually quit for good, becoming alcohol free, there was plenty of times where I knew this was bad for me. I knew this might even kill me, but I definitely tried to use willpower and it did not work. Those cravings got me. Those things got me in my life, that stress, that anxiety, whatever. I thought alcohol was benefiting me from taking it, and I definitely was there trying to use willpower, and that did not work for me, and it probably doesn't work for you every time. So there's a little bit more going on with that. I know a lot of people are suffering from, being sober for 5, 6, 7, sometimes 30 days, and they try to power through with willpower, and then it's gone. And it has to do with that cognitive dissonance, but there's something else going on. So let's check that out. So what is actually going on with this? So every decision we make uses up your willpower. So they had this experiment where they had a bowl of radishes and a bowl of cookies. They told some people, hey, you can come in and you need to eat all the radishes and you cannot touch the cookies. So those people had to use willpower to not touch those cookies because those cookies look delicious. And then they had people come in and they didn't give them any, they gave them a choice between the radishes and the cookies. Now what happened was later on they stress tested these people. The people who were told not to eat the cookies did way less way less better in the experiment, in the stress test than the people who were just given a choice, have the cookies or the radishes, because they used up their willpower trying to not eat the cookies because apparently the cookies looked delicious. So the whole point of the experiment and the whole point of this, me talking about this, is your willpower is depleted over time. Your decision power is used up. Your brain uses a lot of power just to do things regularly. So if you have a stressful job, if you got kids like me and you're making decisions all the time, your willpower by the end of the day is not going to be as good because it's depleted as it would be, directly in the morning. That's why I'm waking up early to do these videos. That's why I exercise in the morning. That's why, because if I don't do it, it's not only procrastination, it's my willpower actually draining out. So if you have ever suffered from willpower, just give me a comment here. If you ever had your willpower depleted and you try to use it and didn't work, just give me a comment. Just because I want to know. I want to know what if you've ever felt that, because I definitely know that I have. So then it gets into something called the what the hell effect, or the screw it loop. Now, what is the screw it loop? Once you failed and you drank, or you did whatever habit that you were saying you weren't going to do, you are in the grips of the screw it loop, and that keeps us drinking. I mean, it's harder for us to come back to an alcohol-free life. Now, the screw it loop is, you take that one drink, your brain feels that euphoria, you get that dopamine, you get all that good stuff that you thought alcohol was giving you, and then it lowers you down, and then you think, well, why not have another one? Why not just have another one? And that continues on. That can continue on to the next day. That can continue on to the next week. That continue on to the next year. And someday leads to the island of never, right? So if you say someday you're gonna quit drinking, and you continue, you're stuck in this screw it loop where my life is horrible. If this can happen with alcohol, this can happen with weight loss, it can happen with your business, all these things. The screw it loop is really real, and the what the hell effect, or the screw it loop, is going to definitely affect you. So you don't want to get caught in that. So this is why it's important to attack our subconscious mind, because remember the cognitive dissonance we talked about in day one. You have two minds, right? You have your subconscious and your conscious. And when you try to willpower, you can try to use willpower, but training your subconscious mind by questioning your beliefs is much more powerful. Definitely, once you get into that subconscious mind and you attack those beliefs of alcohol benefits me, alcohol is, so I'm social when I drink alcohol, it helps me with my social anxiety, helps me with anxiety, which is all lies. Once you start questioning these beliefs, your beliefs will start to crumble a little bit. Your beliefs are like a table, okay? So you have four legs on this table, and they're supported by these these thoughts that you have, or these things, the beliefs that you think are true, like alcohol helps me, I'm confident when I have alcohol. All these things build up this table. But when you start questioning those beliefs, does alcohol really help me, or is it actually hindering me? Does it help with my anxiety, or is it actually making me more anxious? When you start questioning all those beliefs, that table starts to crumble and fall, and then you can rebuild those beliefs with better ones. So today, my daily task for you, and I'm going to have a daily task for you every day now, is I want you to think about 3 or 4 truths about alcohol. Okay, what are some truths? Here are some. It doesn't really relieve my stress. It actually stresses me out. I can have more fun without it. It only makes my anxiety worse. Okay, and I want you to write these out, carry them on a card, or put them on the background of your phone. Look, guys, when we carry on our phones, we look at our phones. I can't remember. There was a crazy statistic. It was like maybe 100 times, 500 times. I can't really remember, depending on the person. If you're on Facebook right now, you're probably looking at your phone right now. So, having things in the background of your locks, like on your lock screen or the background of your phone, just maybe a list of these things. Like maybe you can go a notepad, or, a note system, take a screenshot of it and just put it back there. Like, alcohol doesn't relieve my stress. It actually stresses me out. Or I can have more fun without alcohol, or only makes my anxiety worse, or whatever that is for you. Because when you try to use willpower, instead of reminding yourself, don't try to use willpower. Just remind yourself of these truths that are true, right? So yeah, so that's the task today. I want you guys to just think about that, and just remember that your willpower by the end of the day is depleted. Definitely. Someone on Facebook is saying, been there. Yeah, definitely. I think we've all been there when our willpower is, depleted, and we feel tired and all that stuff. And, I didn't know that willpower was an actual thing that you could lose over time. I thought willpower was one of those things where, you always have it. And it kind of made me feel insignificant, or like there's something wrong with me because I couldn't power through these things. But now that we know that your willpower can be depleted over time, we can be aware of that. And that's one of the traps that, you can fall into when quitting or trying to do any habit in your life is trying to power through with willpower. We really need to change our subconscious beliefs and in your subconscious mind to get that cognitive dissonance, those two, the conscious and the subconscious, together in harmony. And that'll definitely help you out with your alcohol. So your alcohol, addiction and getting free of alcohol, because that's definitely what the point of this whole thing is. So we are on day number 6. Tomorrow will be day number 7. So hopefully that you guys are powering through and getting where you need to be with the alcohol, or at least, kind of understanding what's actually going on in your mind, and hopefully understanding a little bit about your subconscious mind and that cognitive dissonance, which is so important going into the next 7 days and beyond. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Just remember that your willpower can be depleted, and just question those beliefs, and do this daily task, because it really helped me just to understand that, having those cards or having those reminders with me definitely helped me understand that, hey, maybe I don't need alcohol to be happy, or I don't need alcohol to relax me, or since when I started questioning that, I've never looked back. So I've done it, and hopefully you can do it too. You can check us out here on Facebook. You can find me at AC Osberg. I am the Sober Life Coach on YouTube. If you're watching that on there, you can hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe. If you're watching in the AF Breakthrough group, please share this. Please share the group. We are at 110 members now, I think. My goal is to get to 1,000 people in this group, because I really want to help 1,000 people this year get sober and stay that way. That's my mission. That's my goal. So if you could help me out with that, that would be fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have yourselves a meaningful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 7, which is a big one, because that's usually when the withdrawal symptoms, the physical ones, start to subside going into day 7 and 10. So hopefully you guys are staying sober and have yourselves a meaningful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.